You want to be an interior designer without necessarily needing a college degree? Let's talk about it. What are specs? So in almost all of my videos, I will use the word specs, identify the specs, especially in the Train Your Eye exercises, which we do, and we have many on the playlist here. So what are specs? Specs is short for specifications. Basically what that means is every single teeny tiny little detail, all layerings of details that are in any space being designed, those specs, those specifications, those details, they're called specs. In order for a design to work exactly as you envision it, it has to have every decision made. You look around a room and you know that you did not decide and communicate and document that one decision or any one decision. That decision could be changed and the room could be different. So just to use a very simple example so you know what I'm talking about, let's just take the wall behind me. I'm an interior designer and I documented everything in this room, every single solitary detail, every measurement, every placement, every finish. Because remember, when we talk about specs a lot, and I do the exercises, a lot of you give me great answers, but you're forgetting how many details go into each one. So I'm gonna talk about that now also. I identified all of the specs behind me except one. I did not identify the color of this art piece. Now that might seem like a stupid little thing, but believe it or not, even seasoned certified designers make this mistake all the time, and they forget to document a specific detail, a spec, on a certain item or finish or material, and contractor or a vendor or another designer on the team can make their own decision or even unknowingly order something in a different color because it wasn't specified, and all of a sudden that entire room can change. So if I did not specify the color on this painting, it could be black, it could be blue. If I ordered it and I didn't communicate, and they might just not care, not ask, they could send me a bright red one. And then what happens to my room, right? Now this seems like an extreme example, but I promise you it's not. If we're talking about other details that go in, so if we're doing a Train Your Eye exercise and I say identify, how many different specs you can see in this room, and you say paint color, great, that's a great start. What about the finish? What about the brand? What's the exact name of the color, right? That's just one example. What about the moldings? Do they have the same paint color? Do they have the same finish? So there's many different details and layers that go into specs, but they are one of the most important, if not the most important part of interior design. It's great if you have a beautiful mood board, but if you're not able to apply the rules of your mood board, which if you don't know what the rules of your mood board are, of your design direction, ask me, we can do another video on that. But if you're not able to apply the rules of your mood board and your design scheme to your space via your documentation, your drawings, your directions, your communication, renderings, whatever it is, you will have trouble. I talk about this more in many of the videos, but also in my blog, and I actually talk about some real mistakes I've made. Actually, I don't know if it's in the blog. I know it's in the Degreeless Design course. One of the lessons is pretty much me admitting to all real life mistakes that I made in projects as I was going along. And I can promise you that these mistakes are made by certified and uncertified interior designers. It's a matter of attention to detail, remaining present, and having basic rules and policies in place to review your work, which is also why I shared with you guys in the tools on my website. I forgot what it's called now because I changed the name. I call it the Bible. It's the policy and procedures that my company uses. And now I think it's called like the designer's, I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna put it in the caption what it's called, but it's basically a rule book of policies of all the steps that we take to go through a design project so that we don't miss specs. We don't miss steps in the speccing process. If you're liking these videos, make sure that you are following, and just like Be Here, if you have any questions on anything I say or anything you want to know about interior design, leave it for me in the comments because that is how I create your content and exercises for you.